there guys, welcome to Non-Stop Kids TV. Welcome to Rubik's Cube Madness with me, Craig Petty. Now, my job in every week in this slot is to teach you guys how to solve Rubik's Cube. If you were watching last week, we were doing some magic with Rubik's Cubes. We were messing around with them. But this week, this is where the hard work starts. This is where you guys are going to learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube. And this week, we're going to teach you how to solve how to create something called the white cross. And I promise you, over the course of the next 3 or 4 weeks, you'll be able to solve a Rubik's Cube in less than a minute, really, really easily. Anybody can do this, even a 7-year-old like you saw last week. So here's the thing. This is what I want you to do. Grab yourself a Rubik's Cube, follow along, and I'm going to teach you how to make a white cross. Okay then guys, so first of all, let's look at a Rubik's Cube. A Rubik's Cube is a cube, so it has 6 sides. And each side has a different colour. There's white, there's blue, there's yellow, there's green, there's orange, and there's red. The other thing that you need to understand is the opposites. Red is always opposite orange, white is always on the opposite side of yellow, and blue is always on the opposite side of green. Now, the other thing that you need to understand with the Rubik's Cube is the center points never move. So it doesn't matter how much mixing up you do, the center points won't move. So when you're solving the Rubik's Cube, if you were solving the white side, for example, it would have to be here around the white center. This couldn't be the white side, this would have to be the blue side. Now, if you watch instructional videos about how to solve a Rubik's Cube, they use scary terminology like prime moves and things like that. I'm going to make this as super simple for you as possible. I'm not going to use any terminology. All I want you to understand is when I'm teaching you how to solve the Rubik's Cube, this is the top of the cube. When you're looking at it, okay, and I talk about the top, that's the upper surface. When I talk about the bottom, that's the bottom surface. When I talk about the right side, that's there. When I talk about the left side, that's there. When I talk about the face, that's the part that you're looking at. And when I talk about the back, that's the side away from you. So top, bottom, left, right, face, back. That's kind of really all you need to know. And the cube is divided into 3 sides, so to speak. You've got the right side, you've got the left side, and you've got the middle side right there. And then you've got the top layer, the bottom layer, and the middle layer. That's kind of all you need to know in terms of the Rubik's Cube. I'm not going to go into any more complicated terminology. To solve a Rubik's Cube, you don't need to do that. And I'm going to be teaching you the beginner method to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, there are lots more advanced methods which you can look at over time, but I'm going to be talking about the beginner method. And on each video, I'm going to be teaching you a little bit more about solving a Rubik's Cube. So over the next 4 or 5 weeks, you'll be able to solve a whole cube. And today, we're going to be talking about the first thing that you have to do when you're solving a Rubik's Cube, which is creating a white cross. Now, let me mix this cube up, and we'll give it a really good mix up. Now, there's something like 47 million combinations or quintillion combinations with the Rubik's Cube, which is ridiculous. There's so many combinations, it's crazy. And without knowing how to solve a Rubik's Cube, you'd never be able to solve it. When a cube has been mixed up, it will just be a jumbled up mess like this. And the first thing that you need to do is you need to create a white cross. Now, let me show you what a white cross looks like, and then we'll break it down. So I'm going to actually make the white cross right now. We're going to do that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so I've just done a white cross. If you look on the white side, which is there where the white center is, you'll see that I've got a cross. Now, don't worry about this one here. We're not concerned about the corner pieces right now. We're just concerned about the edge pieces or the side pieces. So these are corner pieces. These are edge pieces, okay? And you'll see with the edge pieces, I've made a white cross. But not only have I made a white cross, the other side of each edge piece matches. So what I mean by that is this is white and this is blue, and the blue matches to the blue center right there. This is white, this is orange, and this matches to the orange center here. This is green, and it matches with the green center, and this is red, and it matches with the red center. So what I'm going to do today is teach you how to make this white cross, and then you've got a whole week to practice making that white cross, so that next week we can then work on something else. Okay, so we're taking baby steps. So how do you make a white cross? Well, the first thing that you have to do, let's just mix it up again, is you have to make sure that the white center is pointing down. So in other words, the yellow center is pointing up. If you've got the yellow center pointing up because the yellow is opposite the white will always be pointing down. And the first thing that you want to do, and let me just give one turn here so you can see what I mean. The first thing that you want to do is you want to look around the top layer and you want to see if there's any white edge pieces. Again, don't worry about the corner pieces. The corner pieces are not important. We're looking for the edge pieces, okay? And it's the same here. The four pieces that make up this white cross could either be here, 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 or here, 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 or here, 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 here. Okay, so let's take this from the very beginning. So you got the white pointing down, you've got the yellow pointing up. So the first thing that you do is you have a look at the bottom and you see if any white pieces are pointing down. Let's just turn this so I can see this. So you do this and you'd say, let's just turn it like that so it makes sense. Okay, so the first thing you'd do is you'd have a peek at the bottom and you'd see if there's any white pieces pointing down. And there we have got one pointing down. We've got a white piece there. So you kind of think, well, that's 1/4 towards the white cross. But you need to check because you see this white piece is orange and it's against this red center. So that's not going to work. It has to be against the orange center. Now, to do that, it's really, really simple. All you have to do is you have to just take this bottom layer and rotate it because we know that on the opposite side of red is orange. So if we want to make this line up with the orange center, all we have to do is take this orange center and turn it once, twice. Now, if you look at it, it's lined up with orange. So that's super easy. Okay, so that's super easy. Job done. So the first thing you do is you look at the bottom, you see if there's any white pieces pointing down, and if they are, you make sure they're turned into the right position. So we're already 1/4 of the way towards making the white cross. The next thing you do then is you look at the top, and you look to see if there's any white pieces on top. Let me just put one on top so you can see, because there wasn't one. But let's see. So we've got this piece here. So we've got this one here. You then look at the top and you go, okay, are there any white pieces pointing upwards? And you go, yes, look, there is one there. And then what you do is you look at it and you say, well, it's white and it's blue on this side. So what we need to do is we need to get this white piece onto the bottom without disturbing this one here. And at the same time, we need to make sure it's lined up on the top layer. So how you do this is, first of all, you're going to rotate this top layer here. Now, by rotating the top layer, you're not going to alter the bottom layer. You can rotate this top layer as much as you want to, and it's not going to change what's happening here. So you take the top layer, and it's currently, we know that it's blue, so it has to be lined up with blue. It's currently lined up with green. Well, we know that blue is opposite green. So if I take this top layer and twist it twice, you can now see that that white is lined up with the blue. So now what I need to do is I need to get it from the top to the bottom. And to do that, you hold the cube and you're just going to twist the face. Remember, the face is the part that's pointing towards you. You're going to twist the face twice. So I'll do this, look, once, twice. And what happens now is you've moved this here down into position. So look, there's the white, white, blue, blue. But we haven't changed the position of this one here. So now we've done half of the white cross. So when you've done that, you look back at the top and you look to see if there's any other whites pointing up, and there's not. So now we're going to look along the top layer. Hang on, let me put one on the top layer so you can see what I'm doing. So now you're going to look along the top layer, but on the sides. And you look to see if there's any white, and there's one here. So let's just put this here so you can see what to do about it. Let's put it there. So you've just done the bottom, you've done the top. Now you look along the top layer. So you're looking here and you can say that there's one there. And it's like, awesome, there's one there, that's great. So now you need to get this down to the bottom. So it starts the same way. So you're going to twist the top layer. Remember, the top layer doesn't alter the bottom layer. You're going to twist the top layer so that this white green here is lined up with the green center. So you're just going to turn it like that. Now, the problem here is this edge piece that we want to put down there, it's orientated the wrong way. And what I mean by that is if I did what I did before with the blue piece and I twisted twice, it wouldn't work, because although technically it's in the right place, it's orientated the wrong way. We want the white at the bottom and the green pointing out. So that's not going to work. So I'm going to teach you an algorithm to get this from here down to here. Now, an algorithm, when you're solving Rubik's Cubes, basically just means a sequence of moves that you do that enables you to accomplish something. And as we learn to solve the Rubik's Cube, there's different algorithms that you need to learn. In this case, what we're going to do to get this here orientated the correct way, and remember this because you're going to use this over and over again, is you take the top layer and move it to the right. Okay, remember the top layer won't alter anything at the bottom, so you're fine. The top layer moves to the right. Now, you're going to move the right side down. Okay, now by moving the right side down, we're going to move this piece out the way, but we'll get back to that in a minute. So you move the right side down, and then you move the face to the left. And then all you have to do is move that right side back up again to put that original piece back in place. So now you can see that that orange is still there. That blue is still there, but that green is now here orientated the right way. Let me do that again. So just so you can see, because this is really important. So again, we're looking along the top layer and you can see that it's right here. So the first of all, we look and we see it's green. So we move it so it's in line with the green. And again, that algorithm, you move the top to the right, then you move the right side down, which moves this one out the way, but we'll move it back in a second. Then you move the face to the left, which puts it bonk where it needs to be, and then you move that right side back up again to put that piece back in place. Okay. So now we've got 1, 2, 3. We've only got one last one to go. So again, we're going to look at the top layer and we're going to see if there's any other pieces, and there's a red one there. So now we're going to take this red one, and we know what to do now because we've just done it. So we know it's lined up with the green, and that's not right. We need it lined up with the red, so we're going to move it here. Now, remember, there's two ways to move this down. It's not pointing up, so if we do it the way that we did at the beginning, it's not going to be working. It's not orientated the correct way. So we do the same thing that we did before. So you're going to do this, top to the right, right side down, top face to the left, and back up again. And we've made our white cross with the green there, the red there, the blue there, the orange there. Now, there's one more situation that can occur. So let me just mix it up again. Okay, so let's just mix it up. So the first thing that we do is, and we'll go through this one more time. So we look at the bottom, and we see that, you know, there's one at the bottom pointing down, which is great, but it's in the wrong place. It's against the red. So first of all, we need to rotate the bottom layer to move that one into the correct position. So you're just going to move this to where it's orange. So we've done 1/4 of it first of all. Then we look along the top layer. There's nothing along the top layer. We look along the top edge, and you can see that there's this one here. And we go, right, it's white, but it's red. And it's lined up already with red, which is good. But the problem is, it's orientated the wrong way. So we do that algorithm, top to the right. It's already in the right position because it's red, red. So top to the right, right side down, face to the left, right side back up again. Perfect. Now, let me talk about, I could do this next one up here, but I want to talk about another situation that might happen. So we've got half of the white cross done. Sometimes you'll find that you've got a piece here in the middle layer. So you can see here we've got a piece in the middle layer, and it's a blue piece. So we need to move this down here. There's a few different ways that you can do this. So let me explain. So let's just explain the easiest way of doing this. Okay, let's just go through the easiest way. So it's here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring it up to the top layer, because there's nothing really we can do with it here on this middle layer. We need to bring it up to the top layer. So to bring it up to the top layer, what you're going to do is you're going to hold the cube. So the piece that's in the middle is here pointing to the right. Okay. And you're just going to come up like this. So you're going to bring the right side up. Then you're going to, now, whenever you're mucking around with the cube, you always want to put things back in place. So you're going to move the right side up. Then you're going to move the top to the left. Then you're going to move the right side back down again. Now that brings that piece up to the top layer. Once it's on the top layer, we know what to do with it. Because it's blue, we move it to the blue side. And it's lined up with blue and it's pointing this way. So we know the algorithm. It's here, top to the right, right side down, face to the left, right side back up again. And there it is. And look, we look at the top layer and there's the green and it's pointing in the right direction. So we know this is easy. We just move this over to the green, white side's pointing up, twist twice, and there's our white cross and all of the sides are lined up. So what we're going to do now you know all of the algorithms, We're going to do this a couple of times very quickly, and I'm going to talk you through it being done, and then we're done. So let's just mix this up, and we are good to go. Right, okay, so we start off with it. Look at the bottom, nothing at the bottom. Look at the top, nothing at the top. Look at the sides. Yes, we've got an orange here, so move it to the orange, and then we're going to move it down. So right, down, left, up. There's your first one. Look at the top again. Look, there's one at the blue, and it's in the right position, so you twist this face to the right twice. That's the second one in place. Then you look at the green. And when you're in this situation, it's a really great situation to be in because, you know, you don't have to bring this up because it's attached to the green. We can just move this layer down without affecting the rest of the cross, as you can see. So we can just do that, and we've got that. But if it wasn't in that position, let's say it was somewhere else. Let's say it was here. Let's use this one, for example. Okay, let's use orange, for example. If it was here, you'd bring it up to the top, and then you bring it over to here and drop it down. Okay, and then the last one, we're looking for the last one. Here it is, it's the red. So we've got to bring it up to the top. So bring it up to the top, boom, bring it down. So we've got red here. Oh, we've gone wrong here. You see, this is what can happen if you don't concentrate. I've gone completely wrong here. So now I've got this in the wrong place. I've got this isn't done, and I've got this done. So we've got the orange done. We've got the red done, that's not done, and this is in the wrong place. This isn't going to work. So the first thing I need to do is bring this up here like this, move it over to where the green is, and then bring it down. So that's now in the right place. And then finally, where's the blue? It's here. I move it to the blue, and I bring it down. And there's a white cross. Blue, orange, green, red. One last time, then we're going to finish. And then I'll tell you what you need to do about this over the course of the next week. So one more time, yellow pointing up, look at the bottom. Oh my gosh, look, we've got two birds. They're in the wrong position, so we need to twist. There we go. So now the green's in the right position, the blue's in the right position. Brilliant. Now let's look at the top, nothing at the top, nothing around the side. So now we need to go here. Look, here's an orange. Let's bring the orange up to the top. Move it over to where it needs to be, in line with the orange. And because it's pointing up, we just do that. That brings it down. And then finally, well, because this is attached to the red, I can just cheat and do that. And there we go. We've got ourselves a perfect white cross. Now, the only way you're going to learn how to make this white cross is by practice. You're going to practice it over and over and over again. Next week, I'm going to teach you, once you've done the white cross, next week, I'm going to teach you how to actually fill in these corner pieces. So next week, we're going to teach you how to fill in these four corner pieces here. Once we've done that, the entire bottom layer will be done, and we'll be 1/3 towards solving the Rubik's Cube. So it's not really that difficult, but your homework for next week is literally just to get yourself a Rubik's Cube and practice this over and over again. Get yourself a cube, make a white cross, then mix it up again, and then make that white cross over and over again. And you want to practice it again and again and again, because the more you practice something, the better you'll get it. And you want to get really fast at it. You want to get into a position where it's kind of really easy to do, and you get the white cross like that. Okay, so that's what you need to do. For next week, I want you to get yourself your Rubik's Cube and practice, practice, practice until you can put that white cross in place absolutely perfectly. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, your job is to practice for next week, okay? By the time the next video goes up next week, I want you to be Rubik's Cube masters. I want you to be able to make a white cross in literally seconds, because like I said in the video, next week, we're going to talk about how to get those corner pieces in place. Don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel. We really would appreciate it if you do. We're putting 6 videos up every single day, week in, week out. Education, entertainment, absolutely everything. So hit the subscribe button. It's all free. Hit the bell. That'll notify you every single time we put an episode live. And let me know on Facebook. Drop a message on Facebook. Let me know if you enjoyed this. And yeah, like I said, practice, practice, practice. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you next week with Rubik's Cube Madness.